Now we cross over to Charlie in the Burdekin.
Thanks, Claudine, and welcome to cane country. Here we're coming to you today directly from the paddock in the Burdekin region. So like many commodities, COVID-19 had quite a significant impact on world sugar consumption just last season. When we look at global sugar consumption, it fell 0.5% after decades of consistent growth. In Australia, we saw this same trend with food service and out-of-home consumption having an impact on those sugary snacks that we tend to enjoy, and of course impacting sugar consumption as a whole. This, coupled with a drop in fuel demand, and in other parts of the world, particularly Brazil and India, we see lower ethanol demand, ethanol that comes from sugarcane being moved across to sugar production, and therefore also putting pressure on the price. But now we're getting out of the pandemic, we see some much sweeter signs in terms of the outlook. This year, we're expecting a 1.3% growth in world sugar consumption, a real recovery from last season. And going out to next year, we see similar consumption growth as well, as consumers return to more normal behaviours. This isn't evenly spread. In Australia, our sugar consumption still grows much more slowly, but for our major export markets, such as Asia, we see really strong growth, much more than we do in other parts of the world. And this means for our growers and those who are exporting sugar, there's a much more favourable outlook and a much more positive vibe now to the industry. Earlier today, I caught up with Ben Nielsen, a cane grower here in the Burdekin, to catch up on what the season looks like and his thoughts on the industry. Hey Ben, great to be on your farm today. Thanks for having us.
No worries, Charlie.
And so how's the crop looking this year?
Yeah, pretty good. I think it'll be a solid crop. Some of the later returns are a bit on the poor side, but the late rain we've had has definitely given them a bit of a pickup. So yeah, I think it's not going to be a world beater, but it's better than average, that's for sure.
A positive outlook, but can it be defined as a sugar rush? Well, we'll find out shortly. Back to you in the studio, Claudine.
Thanks, Charlie. The industry's grit and persistence has really paid off with this turnaround.